Cody Thomas from GlassRenu here at the ISSA show doing demos for the last couple of days. Amsterdam is beautiful, but we've been removing lots of scratch glass. Definitely a huge need for it in Europe, or over here in Europe and throughout Amsterdam. Lots of new dealers being signed up, so if you need to find a GlassRenu service technician near you, definitely check out www.glassrenu.com or for the window cleaners out there, I apologize about the horrible window cleaning job I just did. Okay, and please note that this break is not my fault. Okay, yep.
How did that happen?
Well, you know, it happened. UPS really is not the freight delivery company we want them to be. So if you're from UPS, thanks a lot. Kids are grabbing rocks. They're going to take broken bottle caps. They're going to use diamonds in their ring or earring. Use something and put nice little scratches in the glass. Okay, right here. So red being the most aggressive, tan, black middle of the road, and blue. Essentially, the GlassRenu system is a three-step process. You start out with one of these, whatever you need to take the damage out. So if it's bad damage, start with the red. If it's really mild damage, you're going to start with the blue. Okay? Step two, you use a gray disc. This is a pre-polished disc, okay? This is designed to get the glass ready for polish. Alright? Once you've used this, then you go to the final step using the felt pad, okay, with a little bit of our proprietary polishing compound. And you'll see in the demo, a little goes a very long way. You don't need a lot of it, you just need a little bit to get it done. Once you're done, the glass will be as good as new. Alright? So this is definitely better than a lot of the other systems out on the market. Used to have you go 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, and then 6, okay? 6, 7-step process. So this is designed to save money and save glass. So to take this damage out rapidly here at the show, I'm going to start with a red disc, although realistically I could do this, remove it with any one of these. This is not that deep by GlassRenu standards. Doing it in the 5-inch size, we do offer all of our discs in 3-inch, 5-inch, 6-inch, and 8-inch. For larger jobs, obviously, if you're working on storefront jobs, you wouldn't want to mess around with something like this, okay? You want to spend as little time doing it as possible, so that's when you're going to grab your 8-inch. Everything is hook and loop, Velcro, no worry about PSA. The other beautiful thing about GlassRenu is it is a 100% dry system. You're not going to be slinging water everywhere. You're not going to be making a mess, okay? Because it's dry, the one thing you do need to do is monitor the temperature throughout the process and make sure that you stay under or around 60 degrees centigrade, okay? You don't want to heat up the glass too much. You're just not going to get good results if you do, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove a nice little porthole in here to give you guys all a good before and after, alright? Again, setting the speed on this system, for most of the work you're going to be around 1200 RPM, okay? It's not super fast, you're not pushing it, let the discs do the work for you. Flat against the glass, turn it on. Damage is out. Now all we've got to do is bring that part that we've been grinding back to clarity. What you've noticed during this process is that it is a very quick process, okay? A talented or trained technician can do upwards of 2 square meters an hour, okay? And we're talking deep damage. Considering that the average cost to operate this system is around 5 to 7 euro per square meter, and the average cost of replacing glass, okay, whether it's IG units, float glass, tempered glass, mirrored glass, it's going to range, including installation, somewhere between 50 and 65 euro. So you've got anywhere from a 45 to 60 euro margin to work with, and so it can be very, very profitable. If you come in at a 50% bid, you're going to clean house. Now that I've gotten this damage out, you can see that the glass is foggy, okay? Still translucent, but foggy, so now we got to bring it back. Step 1, red. Step 2, we're moving to the pre-polish. Second step, gray disc, again, hook and loop, easy as pie. Put it on there. Same speed, around 1200 RPM, on the glass, flat, turn it on. Now what we're doing is we're really just evening out the glass and prepping it for polish. Now, this is where it gets kind of cool. As you can see, I've been collecting glass stock, okay? Very fine glass sawdust, essentially, is what it would be on on the disc. In the final stages of pre-polishing, I'm going to use this glass to actually begin the polishing process, okay?
So you put your glass back?
I'm putting the glass back, but the cool thing about glass is the only things that can scratch glass are those that are as hard or harder than glass, okay? Can't take a piece of wood and scratch a piece of glass. Not going to happen, okay? Metal doesn't really work unless it's very sharp or it's got a high carbon content like steel or carbide, okay? What we've got is we've got a very fine powder of glass. Now, glass is strong enough to scratch glass, and that's essentially all we've been doing, okay? To remove the scratch, we're scratching, but we're putting in very controlled, even scratches to take out that damage. So what I'll do in order to activate this and get it going is I'm going to crank the speed up, get the RPMs around 2,600 to 3,000 RPM, let that glass start floating in between, creating enough friction that it will actually cut into the glass and prep the glass for the final stage of polish. And there we go, now we're ready to polish. You'll notice I've been doing a lot of jaw jacking, okay, a lot of talking, but really in terms of grinding time to get this done, I've only spent maybe a minute, 2 minutes of actual pulling the trigger time, okay? So maybe I'm cheating, we'll say I spent 5 minutes for essentially about a square foot, okay? Again, this is a fast system, it's designed to remove the damage fast. If you can't do it quickly, you're not gonna be able to make a profit, all right? And that's what I want you all to do. So, last step, switch from the gray disc to the felt pad. Okay, felt pad, unlike these discs, while the Renew discs are good for about anywhere from 2 to 4 square meters in terms of how long they'll last and still cut, you can get 6 to 8 months of daily use out of one of these felt pads. They're designed to last, they work really well. Again, hook loop, put it on. Now with the felt pad, every time you use it, you're depositing more polish in it. But what ends up happening is that the nap of the wool tends to get compacted. So what we want to do every time is just give it a nice little rough up. All right, rough it up, just get it so that those fibers are activated again. Next, we take our GlassRenu polishing spray. What the polishing spray is many glass companies over years, okay, hundreds of years have been using cerium oxide. Problem with cerium oxide is it depends on the micron size of what you're using. You're going to get different results based on purity and micron size. And what we discovered is that if you blend certain purities and certain micron sizes together, you get a polish that works very quickly and gives great results every time. So, as I said before, we're only going to use a very little bit. 1, 2 sprays, that's it, okay? Turn the speed back down, okay? You want to actually do your polishing around 600 RPM. No need to go fast. Put it on the glass, and there you go. You can see it just working the area.
How much pressure you're putting on there, Cody?
Very little, very little. I could do it with one hand. Again, all you're doing is trying to keep it flat. So I could polish out more, but this shows pretty much what I wanted to show right here. Nice little porthole, okay? You can see the before and the after right there. Check it for yourself.